few weeks ago, Spotify went down for a little bit, and society immediately collapsed. People thought they got hacked. Someone blamed AI, someone blamed the government, group chats were popping off. Is it down for you too? Bruh, my account is gone. And the funniest part, your Wi-Fi was fine, your phone was fine, Spotify was probably maybe sort of fine. The internet just forgot where Spotify lives. You see, anytime you decide to take your greasy fingers, yeah you, I know you didn't wash your hands today, and type in google.com on your keyboard, your computer is like, hey man, yeah, not sure where that is. I guess I better go figure it out so you can get your cat videos. Hello? Anyone know? Maybe. Let me see. Crap, I have no idea. Yeah, here you go. So here's the deal. The scenario you just saw is part of a magical process called DNS. DNS stands for Domain Name System. It's the internet's phone book, letting you turn a human-readable domain name like google.com into a computer-readable IP address like 142.250.191.174. As a society, we designed the system because it's much easier for our little tiny whiny itty-bitty brains to remember google.com instead of IP addresses of all of our favorite sites. Now that I've told you what the site is, let's take a peek under the hood and understand how the stuff works. In order for your computer to know where Google is, it takes a series of steps. Step 1, the local cache. So before your computer panics and calls the neighbor, it does a quick check in its own brain. This is called the DNS cache, basically the memory of recently visited websites. If it finds the IP in its memory, yes, 142.250 dot whatever, I remember this, and boom, instant cat video, no neighbor needed. If not, that's when your computer slides into your neighbor's DMs. The neighbor in this scenario is called your recursive resolver. This is usually your internet service provider's DNS server or Google's 8.8.8.8, which is a publicly available DNS server of their own. What happens is your computer sends a DNS request through port 53, the magic doorway for DNS traffic. The recursive resolver is obsessed. It won't give up until it finds the answer. I don't want to have to say recursive resolver again because that's just a lot of syllables, and it's easier to just call him Rick from this point forward. Rick is about to put his boots on and go out on the internet for us. He is starting a journey of DNS, a journey of wizardry. He gets in his rusty van and he drives off into the sunset. Stop 1 for old Rick, it's going to be the root name server. Now don't let the name fool you. The root name server does not know where your website lives. It doesn't know your IP, it doesn't know your secrets, and it doesn't even know what Spotify is. The root name server's entire job is to say,
I don't know, but I know who might.
So Rick rolls up and asks, hey man, where's google.com? I don't know, bro, but you see that .com at the end? You're going to want to talk to that guy. And then it points Rick towards the .com TLD name server. And we're just going to call this guy Tony. And if you're sitting there asking yourself what TLD means, it stands for top level domain. And it's that fancy little ending on the famous websites that you visit, like google.com or whatever .net. So Rick goes up to Tony and asks, all right, google.com, where's it at? I don't know the IP either, but I do know who's in charge of google.com. Go talk to Google's Authoritative name server. At this point, Rick is annoyed. He's been driving for like 40 milliseconds. This is getting insane. But he writes it down, thanks to TLD server, and he hits the road one last time. Rick drives to the glorious castle of the Authoritative name server. We're going to call it King Allen in this scenario. They lower the drawbridge. Rick drives in, crashes into the throne, and King Allen in a startled voice says,
Who goes there?
I just want the IP for google.com, man. Come on already. Why didn't you just say so? Here you go. Now that Rick has what he needs, he snaps his magical fingers and shazam! Instantly delivers the IP address back to our computer. After all that chaos, the computer finally gets the IP. Time to fetch the cat videos, memes, and Spotify playlists. And let's remember, this entire process all happens in literally milliseconds. Faster than you could rage quit Fortnite or scroll past another TikTok ad. Now, this is kind of a dream scenario, and this is assuming everything went totally fine. Sometimes it doesn't always work that way. Let's talk about some different scenarios. First up, we have the NX domain error, which is basically like the domain doesn't exist, your computer asked, and no one knows that address, cat videos are gone. Then we have the timeout or serve fail error. This is when the DNS server didn't respond. Maybe it's on vacation, maybe it's overloaded. It's kind of like texting a friend who never replies. Another scenario is misconfigured DNS. The server might lie to you, and it might say, yeah, that's the IP, trust me. But this is sort of phishing territory. This is why we have stuff like DNS security, which is basically cryptographic proof that your computer gets the real legitimate answer. Think of it kind of like a blue check mark for websites. So to recap, the computer checks its memory, which is the local cache. Then it slides into the neighbor's DMs, also known as the recursive resolver. It escalates through the hierarchy, like the root, then the TLD, then the authoritative. Then it gets the exact address or the IP address. And finally, it connects and delivers cat videos right to your laptop because that's what you deserve. And yes, hackers would love to mess with DNS because if they lie to it, your computer ends up at the wrong house. That's why we have stuff like DNS security. It's like the bouncer checking IDs at the internet club. So there you have it, the incredible, chaotic, slightly terrifying journey your computer takes every time you type in a website. Thanks for sticking around this long and letting me yap to you. If you like this, hit that subscribe button. Brainrot Academy has more tech explained in ways your brain didn't ask for. Remember, the internet may be dumb, but now you're smarter than your computer. Until next time, keep your fingers greasy, your cat videos safe, and your DNS secured.